All right. So we've created the database. Now we're going to insert some records. So insert into employees values. And we're going to have this and then a name. Do we use single or double?
Single.
Single. So it's going to be a number and a name and then a comma. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. James, Moneypenny, Ian, Fleming, Bond. Did I start recording? I did. All right, so we got that, and now we need to insert into states, and it's a gist list of states. So gists are little things on GitHub of text. Oh, but now I have to add a number for each of them. That's a bit of a hassle. We'll see how far I get. I think I'll do through California. One, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Don't you have to change it to single quotes?
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. Let's see. Nope, doesn't like it. And then
what was the shortcut that you used to do that?
wizardry.
Huh?
In Golang, it's you could go to keyboard help key map reference.
Oh, I got it.
So most editors have key map reference, and I'm on a Mac, so I look at Mac, and then the reference there is multiple selection. Select next all occurrences, so is like I used Control G.
Okay. I'm gonna have to do that today.
Yeah, so whatever editor you're using, you can look up the key map reference for shortcuts. And then you become like a musician. You play. List of USA city. I don't know. That's going to be way too many cities. We're just going to enter them manually. Insert into cities. And if we were really trying to create this well, we would connect, city with state. Dang, we have to if we're going to filter by city and state. All right, our schema. No, I don't think so. Do we? Here's our schema. And if we end up having state CA, it doesn't matter if they're the right ones, right? So we're not worried about that. We just want to see how these things work. So we'll just make up city names.
What's the state? What's the capital of Alabama?
Banjo. Right?
I don't know. Anchorage for Alaska, isn't it?
So we'll just correspond the cities with. Alabama is, hold it, don't tell me. I have no idea. What is it?
Hey Siri, what's the capital of Alabama?
Huh? We're going with Banjo.
Montgomery.
Montgomery. And Arkansas is
It's where Sam's Club is. Walmart.
where Bill Clinton came from. Fresno makes you dumb. It really does. It's the air pollution. Arkansas capital. Why does that not come up?
State capital.
Little Rock.
Little Rock. I was wrong. You were right.
And Arizona is, just guessing.
Yeah, Phoenix.
And
Sacramento.
what's AR? Arkansas?
One of those is Alaska, I thought.
Oh, Alaska's right here.
That's Anchorage.
Anchorage. Now you don't have, and nobody has to feel bad about me forgetting their name. I can't remember. What's the capital of California?
Sacramento. Where it used to be Venetian before Sacramento. Did you know that?
I did, now that you say that. But I wouldn't have remembered that.
San Diego.
So we got employees, we've got states, we have cities, and now employees, state, cities, we need sales. So values, and sales are going to have an SID, like 1, an employee ID, like 1, a customer ID, or sorry, a city ID, like 1, a state ID, like 1, and an amount, which is just going to be some random amount. So that's what it's going to look like. And we like making this stuff happen automatically. So we'll go to Golang Playground. And from, what is it, math rand, int rand, godoc.org, math int n. I think it's int n. Math rand. Is it rand? Int n. There we go. Int n. So we're looking for rand int n. And that's going to be, let's see if it format. Cool, it brought it in. And we're going to do +1. And so the first one is going, because it starts at 0. First one is SID, and for SID, sales ID, those are just going to increment up, right? So we're going to have a loop for I : = 0, 1, and then I less than or equal to 100, and then I plus plus. The first number is just going to be I, because it'll be 1, 2, 3, right? That's our incrementing. And then the next number is going to be employee ID. And employees, we have 1 through 5 employees. So this first one will be 1 through 5. And then we have, what's CID? City ID, and we've got 5 there. And then we have state ID, and we've got 5 there. And then we have, oh, and we want that to be the exact same number. So we're going to do state sit is colon equal to, because we actually want the city and the state to be from the right place, so that when we filter it, it makes sense. And so we'll do for this st state sit. Does that make sense? Because I kind of like said, look, state 1, Alabama, Montgomery, Arkansas, Anchorage, right? So they'll have the same number, so that'll make sense in our query. And we didn't connect that very well, so we would have built our database better if this was real. And then the next one is, so we got state, and then we have amount. And the amount's just going to be random, you know, between, you know, 100 and 5,000. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. And let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we've got random amounts. Oh, and the cities are going to be 1 through 10, though. So if it's the first 5, then they'll be tied. But we want to also throw in some cities that are up through the 10. So we're just going to add that. And that will give us 5 more numbers from 0 to 4. And so we have through 10. That should give us, this will go from 0 to 5. 1 to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which will be this, right? Well, it adds 1. So it starts at 0, adds 1, and then it gives us a random number between 1 and 5. Will that give us 1 or 5 or 6? We'll run it. We'll see what happens. And let's run it. Format. st sit colon equal. All right, so this ran int, it's the second number, and it's giving us 3, 4, 1, 5, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5. Like there's no 6 in that second column, right? No 6 in that second column. Otherwise you'd see yellow. So that's good. And so we've got 1 through 5 here, and there's no 0 in that second column. So that's 1 through 5, but not including 5. Which is why we have here, and then we have 1 through 5, and then we're getting 0 through 5 here, not including 6, and so that should give us, when we add this, you know, 1 through 5 to 1 through 5, we should get 1 through 10. 1 through 5, and then add 0 through 5, we should get 1 through 10, and that's going to be the third column. So the third column, which is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's this third column.
There is a 10. Oh no, that's the fourth column. I see.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's the fourth column. So the fourth column, you can see we've got a 10, we got a 7, we got a 9, we got a 10, we got an 8, we got a 10, 9, 8. So it's giving us those numbers. So we'll get all the different cities. And then we have our random one. Cool, I like it. You like it?
Yes.
So I'm just going to comment this out, copy it, because if we ever need to kind of drop back in and look at the logic. And now I'm going to change this from format print, and I'm going to add in, we need that, right, to start it out with. And we need this to end it with, and a comma and a space. And then between each of these, we need, so let's just run that, right? And then between each of those, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers, we need commas. And so to put a comma between each of those, it's going to be that, right? That's just literal comma. And I'm going to add it. There's already a comma here to separate my argument. So I'm going to add it right after that. And then after I add it, I need to add a comma for my next argument. So I'm going to add a comma right there after that first argument. I'm going to add a comma right after this argument, add a comma after that argument, and add a comma after that number, whatever, and add a comma. I don't need a comma after the last one. Now if I run that, I got all my commas between them, and that looks good. So I'm going to grab all those, come back here, and put those here. And then make a semicolon on the last one. Copy that, see what I messed up. And so it's giving me like some sort of a...
Yeah, I get that too at home. When I get that at home, it tells me that I've actually been disconnected from my database.
It looks like I had 2 parens right there, right? So I don't know how that worked out. Maybe I just didn't delete one. Let's do this again. And I have to get out of this. I'm going to try Control-C. Control-C got me out of that command with that paren. Paste it once more. And insert or update on table sales violates foreign key constraint sales STID. F key STID 7 is not present in table states. So STID 7, oops, sorry. STID is we have SID, EID, CID, STID. And states we have 1 through 5. And oh, so cities needs to be before states. So I just need to switch these. And then do that here too. Okay, we just inserted 100 records, and I'll copy this. So if you want to see that, boom.
So you switch the city and the states around to fix that.
Yeah. There's the code for that. And so now we have inserted all of our values. I kind of love creating that random thing in Go. It's fun. We have all of our inserted into, we've created employee state city sales. We've inserted in employee state cities and sales. So we've inserted our values.